Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and coffee stream number 96. We're getting up there, guys. I hope everyone had a good rest of their Monday and that their Tuesday morning started all right. It is bloody fucking cold and snowy up here. So, yeah, I hate winter. I really do. So let's say hi to chat. We have a Skep Talk. Good morning. We have a Rolling Bear, a Richo, a Chadwick, a Gun Fox. Let's see. I'm not dead and I live in Texas, so it's a good day. Hi, Jacob Navo. You beat Resident Evil 2? That's cool. You can keep all that cold and snowy weather, says Gun Fox. Yeah, I don't want it either, dude. For hating winter, you're on the wrong side of the border, says Duck Dog. Yeah, I know. I'm a backwards Canadian. I'm one of those people who would proudly be a snowbird in her 30s if I could afford it. Hey, it's Johnny Blaze. It's 55 in Los Angeles. Sucks for the rest of y'all. Yeah, it is. Let's see here. What's the temperature here right now? Now, minus 7 degrees Celsius. So that's, I don't have it set to Fahrenheit right now, but it's minus 7 degrees Celsius here. So I think that's in the tens for Fahrenheit. I got the true ending for Resident Evil 2. Oh, cool. What's Oh, there's a bunch of news in your Discord. Yeah, thanks, Gun Fox. I went through and I grabbed about 9 stories this morning before I did set up the stream. Winter is still better than summer, says Scotsman. Nope. 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 Disagree. Hi, Costin. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we've got close to 10 in here. Let's see. 21 Fahrenheit. Damn, that's warmer than it is here. Hi, Seamus. That's minus 19.4. Just Googled it. To get the true, it's... Oh, and Pincalo sent me another news story, so... I miss the snow, says Johnny Blaze. See, snow is fine for, like, Christmas time, and then it can fuck off. That's what I think. Oh, yes, coffee. I was finally able to get into Discord. I dropped one there, too. All right, I'll check. It's 18 Celsius at 1:30 in the morning. Yep. Pincalo, we're moving to Australia. Yep. Too many fuck off bugs, says Pincalo. I have enough problems with deer. I don't feel like dealing with kangaroos, he says. Must be nice. 0 degrees Fahrenheit for you. Holy shit balls. That's too cold. That's too fucking cold. I'm going to have to stop using voice to text. Google does not understand my voice now. Oh, dude. That really sucks. Too many snakes and evil spiders in Australia, says Skeptalk. Yeah, there's a lot of snakes. Australia is the second Florida of the world. Don't do it. Australia would be nice to visit, but I don't think I'd want to live there. No, you're probably right. Oh, I was gonna say something and I just completely oh yeah. As the title says, I very nearly had a coffeeless coffee stream today. Blasphemy, I know. Um, However, Australia, the only place besides India where the wildlife hunts you. In Russia, wildlife hunts you. No. So this morning I ran out. Well, yesterday I technically ran out of coffee because I thought I had enough for a whole pot and didn't. So I was basically drinking water. And then this morning, thankfully, Pincalo came to the rescue with coffee from Williams. I love Williams coffee. Williams coffee has become better than Tim Hortons coffee. Williams is a really nice coffee chain. I don't know if I'm pretty sure they don't have Williams in the States, but Tim Hortons has gone to shit. It is no longer your bastion of Canadianness. So yes, I am thankfully dealing with a coffeeless coffee stream would have sucked. So I'm glad that I have coffee. It's an RVA. Hi. Perth is nice though, says RVA. So guys, I have a whole whack of news stories for you guys. I went looking in Discord and I've sent myself a whole bunch of of stories. I think I have 9 that I have collected, and then Pincalo just sent me one. So let's go a DM hunting, shall we? And while I am doing that, if you are so inclined, please consider liking and sharing the stream if you haven't already, or donating to the Streamlabs link in the description. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my Patreon, to be quite honest with you guys. I really don't agree with how they're acting, so I'm really contemplating on getting rid of my Patreon. Don't drink Timmy's. Too cheap and make coffee at home. Yep. Sure, Tim Hortons started to suck with that whole Burger King thing. Yep. I am sure, but we have a few that will take you out. Yeah. Hey, it kept me logged in this time. Way to go, Twitter. Way to go. What's the story that Pincalo sent me here? Let's see what Pincalo sent. Oh, it's the handgun ban that I asked him to send me. Oh, okay. So they want to do a new handgun ban in Canada because, that'll stop all the gun deaths here. News of possible liberal handgun ban expected soon. So this is an opinion piece, but we'll see what information it has to say about the ban. So this is written by Brian Lilly of the Toronto Sun. This is from today, or from yesterday, sorry. Okay, let's get to the story here through all these links. Link, 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 link. Yes, 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 we've got it. I just want the fucking story. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Let's get started.
Bill Blair, Minister of Border Security and Organized Crime Reduction, stands during question period in the House of Commons on Parliament Hill in Ottawa on Monday, September 17, 2018. Irregular border crossers being housed temporarily in hotels in Toronto will have their stays extended by 4 weeks while officials continue to search for a longer-term solution. Sean Kilpatrick / the Canadian Press figure.
Okay.
Bill Blair. End of. Bill, we could find out as early as this week if the Trudeau government plans to go ahead with a possible handgun ban.
So they want to ban handguns. If it's not made in the microwave, you aren't an American and you're wrong. Oh joy, more authoritarianism from the communists. I swear I can talk today. Send them back. Yeah, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has repeatedly floated the idea in this past August, in the wake of the Danforth shooting in Toronto, tasked Cabinet Minister Bill Blair with studying the idea. You should let an examination of a full ban on handguns and assault weapons in Canada, while not impeding the lawful use of firearms by Canadians, Trudeau wrote in his mandate letter to Blair. You are currently on...
Okay, so how do you ban handguns and assault weapons, but also not infringe on the lawful right or the lawful possession of firearms? And you're talking better than I am. Well, at least you're able to make a bit of a joke about it there, Chadwick. Chin up, buddy. I know it's rough. I hope the steroids are helping. What don't lefties want to ban these days, says Richo. That's a good question.
Well, the thing is, it makes as much sense as these idiots in the States that want to ban semi-automatic weapons.
Yeah.
They think that okay, so we're going to go back to single action revolvers. Is that what
Muskets.
we're going back to?
Muskets.
We're going back to lever action? Like
muskets, where we have 3 minutes between shots.
Here in Canada, we have sensible gun laws. But you've got these fucking morons that live here that go, well, the States has these problems, so we have to have these problems. If you pay attention and talk to any fucking moron up here, they will say 90% of the laws in the U.S. apply here. Well, guess what? They don't know any of that shit.
I don't know how you can apply laws for 300 and some million people to 35 million.
Funny, simple question. We have our one crazy friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does he say? Anytime these arguments come up about U.S. politics, he takes anything that's down there and applies it here.
Yep.
Talk to anybody that we all know that does the same thing. But I can think of about 10 people off the top of my head. What do they do?
Even my grandfather is starting to do it.
Exactly.
It's kind of weird.
Because there's so much aggregated U.S. news up here. We get more U.S. news here than we do Canada news.
And even the Canadian news talks more about
the U.S.
than it does about the stuff that's going on here.
Because that's why. People are like, well, Canada should just be taken over by the U.S. Well, it kind of has been if you look at it from the media sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Let's see what. Repeal the NFA. We have the same problems with our idiots down here as well. They copied the Yanks with everything. Yep. I can't remember the last time I've heard of a shooting story from Canada. Oh, well, I guess it's just not making it around the world, but there have been ridiculous amounts of shootings in Toronto, in Montreal, and in Vancouver.
That examination has included a series of meetings across the country with both gun control advocates and the lawful firearms community. 2 weeks ago at the Liberal Cabinet retreat, Blair said he hoped to bring the matter to his colleagues when Parliament resumed. MPs are now back in Ottawa and the divisions on this issue are clear.
Yes, you heard that right. When Parliament resumed. Here in Canada, our fucking government, our members of Parliament take fucking month and a half long holidays. One at Christmas, one in the summer. Actually, no, the summer one's almost 2 months. The summer, they almost take as much time off in the summer as kids do at school. Well, when you let Muslims in third world trash, oh. Gunfox says, Blind Press, Canada is slowly becoming a U.S. territory one day at a time. Wahahaha. Let's see here. Is it mainly natives or immigrants? It's Hi, Will. You're incredibly tired. So am I. Crips and Bloods and 50 other gangs, Richo, says Pincalo. Yeah, I am super tired today.
FSK_frame. Not only are the Conservatives opposed to a handgun ban, many rural Liberal MPs are worried about their party enacting strict gun laws that will impact legal gun owners but do nothing to take guns out of the hands of criminals.
It won't take guns out of the hands of criminals. Do you think criminals are going and legally buying their fucking handguns and going and getting their possession and acquisition licenses and then calling their local ombudsman and be like, excuse me, sir, I'm about to transport my handgun to a bank robbery. Is that all right? Yeah, fuck off. Just fuck off. The problem is, if you could effectively ban guns, the bad people would start stabbing people, having acid attacks, and blowing themselves up. Yep. Canada would have to be divided into states. It would play havoc with the Senate, but we could absorb them. Yeah, I think you'd come up with more of a fight than you think. The really funny thing is the amount of Indian gangs there are. The next 5 states, because there is about 5 states worth of people. Yeah. Prohibition doesn't work. Look at drugs. Yep. Gee, Seamus, if only there was a place we could use as an example. So yeah, let's see here.
The Liberals were virtually wiped out across most of rural Canada over the gun registry issue, only taking back many of the seats in the 2015 election.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of the rural Canadians, when the gun stuff started coming through, they're like, fuck you. We hunt. We need to, like, the amount of coyotes and shit, like, the deer that come up onto the property and destroy crops.
Blair has not tipped his hand on whether he will recommend a ban on handguns or the undefined term assault weapons, but he has hinted that there will be changes.
He's gonna try and ban them. He's totally gonna try and ban them.
In an interview last week with CBC Radio, Blair said that while many firearms have legitimate uses, others, he said, their sole intent and their sole use is to actually take people's lives.
Yes. The sole intent of an inanimate object is to harm people and take their lives. Yep, the gun has the intent to take somebody's life. The gun, the thing that's made of metal and doesn't do anything when you're... Fuck you, Bill Blair. Fuck you. Like, seriously. How are you gonna... Siri, don't be an asshole. I didn't say Siri, I said seriously. Nothing, you know, guess what? Guess what, Siri? The world doesn't revolve around you. Okay? Apple, stop spying on me. Coyotes go all the way to the Arctic Circle, says Pink Hollow. We have coyotes up that far? Oh, yeah. Seems everyone wants to ban guns, says RVA. It's true. There's a scene. Every time I come across a gun control debate, I just, if I wouldn't get struck down by Fox, I would play the scene from American Dad in the first season. There's an episode where him and Haley get into it about guns, and she's like, "Guns kill people, Dad." And he takes out his gun and he goes, "Oh, really?" And then he puts the gun on there and he goes, "Here you go, gun. Kill someone. It's okay. Don't be scared." It's like, I just want to play that clip every time I hear about this stupid thing. I would like to see them try and ban guns in Alaska. I'm pretty sure it's a law that every household is supposed to have one, says Chadwick. They're a nuisance, but not as much as coy dogs, says Pink Hollow. True. I'm guessing with coyotes. I'm guessing coyotes that bred with feral dogs. Yeah, or pet dogs that are allowed out. Like, we don't have an amendment. Most nights, coyotes are licking in my patio door. Jesus Christ. I had to hunt down 5 coyotes that attacked and killed 5 calves on my buddy's farm. That doesn't surprise me. Yes, Will, and they have no fear. Yeah. There's another joke Robin Williams did about coyotes. And he's like, they'll come up to you and they'll be like, "Hi, hi, hi, hi. Do you have any small animals you don't want?" Just like, oh.
So those weapons, we need to be far more restrictive of, and even look at how we keep those entirely out of our society, Blair said.
Yes, because it's the gun's fault that they are being used to kill people.
It's a ridiculous argument, especially from a former police chief who has at least some knowledge about guns. There are 2.2 million licensed gun owners in Canada and tens of millions of guns in civilian hands. Those licensed gun owners are not the problem to be solved, but they do appear to be the target of the Liberals.
He's not wrong. This is an opinion piece now, so we're getting into the opinion of the author, and he's not wrong. Oh, Cuban coffee. Oh, that's it. I'm getting a P.O. box just so you guys can send me different coffee. Seriously, I should do that. Get different kinds of coffee and then do like a review of the coffee before I do the news. This coffee tastes like this and it's amazing. Like, oh man. I am a coffee snob. When you take eating ass too far. Blind, watch the Orville or I will send proximity badgers. I wonder if it's on Netflix. Say what? What'd you say?
$1,200 cup of coffee.
I would totally drink a $1,200 cup of coffee. Where is it? When can I have it? Yeah, I would totally drink that. What would Trudeau do if he knew I killed a whole pack of coyotes with my scary AR-15? He'd probably send you to jail for murder. A blind test, if you will. Yes, Will Honorless, exactly. Hi, Brad Young. Ooh. Be safe, Brad. Have a safe drive. I hope your mom's all right. Oh, I don't want to drink your frickin' USMC coffee. Fuck you. I've heard those stories, Gunfox. I don't want to drink your military coffee. Orville isn't on Netflix. Aww. What is that coffee that comes out of that animal shit? That's the one Pinkala was talking about. That's the $1,200 coffee. It's on Hulu. Oh, fuck. Because Hulu doesn't have come up here. If you try and watch anything, like if you go to YouTube or the Hulu channels on YouTube or anything like that, this video is blocked in your country by Fox. Fuck you, Fox. I mix the fine espresso with the flavored Dunkin' Donuts. Gun Fox, don't be cruel. Kopi Loke is gross. Is that what it's called? Kopi Loki? Drink Monster. It's better than coffee. No, thank you. Black Rifle Company, coffee company, makes some good roasts. Can't get the full experience without the 50-year unwashed coffee tank, Gunfox. Ew. Ew. The roaster in town here developed a custom roast for a local brewer. Ooh, yummy. Yummy. So I watched the first Star Trek Discovery episode on YouTube. What'd you think, Data? Let's see. So will the Democrats in America boycott Starbucks? No, because they look rich and cool with their Starbucks coffee. Let's see what else this story has to say here.
YouTube video player. Banning certain types of guns and forcing licensed owners to hand them over to police won't take a single gun out of the hands of the criminals and gang members shooting up cities across the country. The reason is simple. Those people don't have a gun license and they use illegal guns. Putting in a ban won't stop them from using guns. It just means they will be breaking one more law. Another idea that Blair has floated is a centralized storage system for guns.
A centralized storage system for guns?
He mentioned this idea last week while speaking to members of the Port Coquitlam and District Hunting and Fishing Club. Blair said the government wants to deal with what he called widespread theft and break-in of homes and sporting goods stores. This has been a government talking point for months now, even though it isn't backed up by fact. The claim is that more guns used in crime in Canada are coming from Canadian sources. One Toronto police official widely quoted claimed that 50% of crime guns come from Canada. Yet when asked for data to back that up, the Toronto Police Service had none, and eventually Chief Mark Saunders admitted that guns smuggled in from the United States are the real problem.
Yep. They come over the fucking border from Detroit and they make their way up through the country. Starbucks is over roasted crap. I agree. I had Starbucks. They opened in Australia and went bust. Worst coffee ever. I agree. Okay, why is YouTube telling me once again to keep to my P's and Q's? Because YouTube sucks. I actually have a coffee cup from 1974 Navy issue that has discolored from years of repeated use. Oh wow. It was odd, says Data. Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. Starbucks is garbage. Do I know about the fan-made Star Trek Continues? Yes, I do. I still have to watch it, but I do know about it. I got Polydub and Hammer telling me to watch it. They're bringing their guns and their criminals. We're going to build a snow wall. Yeah, I know, right? Because criminals are always going to buy a legal gun. They see the sign that says background check and they're like, "Oh, yes, I'm going to abide by that." LOL, back in my youthful days, I used to know 3 gun runners. Guess where they brought the guns from? The only crooks that care about gun laws are the ones that write them. Yep. Not a truer word has been spoken.
Canadian cities are seeing a spike in gun crime. There is no doubt about that, and it is happening across the country. The government is right to try and find ways to deal with that, but unfortunately, once again, they have their sights on the wrong target. In the coming weeks, we may learn exactly what they plan to do to Canada's law-abiding gun owners. 20. Comments.
So that's the end of that article. It was, like I said, it was an opinion piece. But he did have some good, like he said, he there is a problem with gun violence here, and there does need to be a solution. But the solution the government is trying to come up with is just not viable. Friends don't let friends drink Starbucks. Also, if gun theft is such a crime, why haven't the 3 low security gun manufacturers in the area been robbed? Because gun theft is not a problem? Well, Blind, in my opinion, Continues is the closest thing to the original series since the 60s. Yep, I would agree. I heard that they did a lot of work on Continues. I really like the animated series. Okay, that's Pincalo's story. I asked him to send me that because he was telling me about it. So I asked him to send that to me. All right. And now I've got a whole shit ton of stories. Gunfox sent a whole bunch to the Discord. So I have about 9 of them DM'd to myself. And I'm sad my coffee is almost empty. Womp womp, says Pincalo. Deep Space Nine was not Star Trek, says Will Honorless. I used to agree with you. I'm kind of rewatching DS9 and I'm actually really liking it. I don't like it as much as, say, Voyager or Next Generation. But I do enjoy DS9. I'm kind of I'm still Enterprise is still my least favorite, but I'm liking it better than I did before. I still have some issues with Enterprise, but they're destroying Star Trek and Star Wars. I swear to God, it's a conspiracy. You know what? I'm not disagreeing with you on that one, Straight Sith Male. Hi, Goat Man. Let's see. Let's go backwards. Theresa May in the Commons on the 21st of January. Let's see. Theresa May will ask the EU to reopen Brexit deal. Why? So she can fuck it up some more? Like, seriously. I have my coffee with half and half honey. I've never had half and half and honey. I've never had honey in my coffee. The Canadian government will ban guns, then knives, and then hockey sticks, and that's when the shit will really hit the fan, says Rolling Bear. 40K is the better space universe. Fight me. Cracked says data. Try butter. Yummy. That's another one I've never tried in my coffee. All right. All right. Here we go.
Theresa May has told MPs she will seek to reopen negotiations with the EU over the Northern Ireland backstop. The PM said she would go back to Brussels to get a significant and legally binding change to the controversial proposal, which aims to stop the return of border checks. You are...
Okay. Oh my God, no, not the hockey sticks. It's a Mr. Misanthropic. Hi. 40K is just insane. May has somehow managed to piss off both Leavers and Remainers. She is pathetic and weak. Yep. Ooh, cinnamon. Yummy.
The EU has said it will not change the legal text agreed with the UK PM. Mrs. May said she knew there was a limited appetite in the EU, but she believed she could secure it.
A limited appetite in the EU.
She is expected to have phone calls with key EU leaders throughout the day ahead of a series of Commons votes over the future direction of Brexit. You are currently on a text element. Mrs. May said the vote later would be a chance to send a clear message to EU on the backstop.
A clear message. You haven't sent a clear message in years, May. May must go, yes. The EU hate us. Yep. It's cracked. It's time to learn metric. Get with the times.
Senior Brexiteer rebels, who voted down the PM's deal last month, have indicated they would be willing to back the rest of the UK-EU Brexit deal if she gets legal changes to the backstop. The backstop is the insurance policy in Mrs. May's plan to prevent checks on goods and people returning to the Northern Ireland border, which some MPs fear could leave the UK tied to the EU's rules indefinitely.
It would, not could.
But Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn said Mrs. May herself was the obstacle to a solution and that, whatever happened in the votes later, it had now become inevitable that the government would have to extend Article 50, the mechanism which means the UK leaves the EU on March 29th.
Why? Do you see what you've done, May? Do you see what you've done? You've made Jeremy Corbyn look sensible. Do you see? Do you see? You fucking retard. You had one job. Actually, you had two. You had two jobs. You had the job to get it out. You had the job of getting the UK out of the EU. And you had the job of making Jeremy Corbyn continue to look like a crazy bastard, which is not that hard, okay? It's not that hard. But you've still managed to fuck that up. You've made Jeremy Corbyn look reasonable. Do you know how hard that is?
List 6 items.
Let's see.
You are currently in black split. End of MPs put forward a string of amendments to modify the Prime Minister's Brexit plan after it was voted down by an historic margin on 15 January. Speaker of the House, John Bercow, has named 7 amendments to be debated and voted on, including one from senior Tory MP Sir Graham Brady calling on alternative arrangements to the backstop, and one from Labour MP Yvette Cooper, which could delay the exit date by up to 9 months.
Why would you delay the exit date? In the United States, if it wasn't for drug dealers, we wouldn't know any of the metric system. That's hilarious. Hopefully, May and Corbyn fall off the planet. If Northern Ireland wants to remain a part of the UK, they need to accept a hard border between them and the Republic of Ireland. Yeah? Theresa May is a living meme. Yeah, she truly is.
Opening the debate, Mrs. May said, "This House has left no one in any doubt about what it does not want. Today we need to send an emphatic message about what we do want."
Okay, what?
Opening the debate, Mrs. May said, "This House has left no one in any doubt about what it does not want. Today we need to send an emphatic message about what we do want."
This House has not left... Could you be any more word salady? Holy fuck, May.
A series of votes on the amendments is expected from 19:00 GMT. Your Conservative MPs have been instructed by the government to vote Sir Graham's amendment. Mrs. May said backing it would give the mandate I need to negotiate with Brussels an arrangement that commands a majority in this House, not a further exchange of letters, but a significant and legally binding change to the withdrawal agreement. You are currently on a...
Oh, so now you're putting your foot down. You're going to command your party how to vote, but you couldn't command yourself to hardline with the EU and get yourself an actual good Brexit deal? May has never sent a clear message about anything. No, she has not.
She added, "The time has come for words to be matched by deeds. If you want to tell Brussels what this House will accept, you have to vote for it. If you want to leave with a deal, you have to vote for it. If you want Brexit, you have to vote for Brexit."
They did vote for Brexit 2 fucking years ago. Holy fuck, you. What is in your skull? What is in your skull? Is there actual gray matter in there, or like, holy fuck. They have to vote for Brexit. They did vote for Brexit. Wow, where have you been, May?
The Westminster leader of the Democratic Unionist Party, whose votes Mrs. May's government relies on to win key votes, Nigel Dodds, welcomed the announcement and pledged his party's support. Chart showing Brexit Commons events, image.
No.
Presentational white space, image. The Labour Party and a number of Remain backing MPs are supporting Ms. Cooper's amendment that would create a bill enabling Article 50 to be delayed by up to 9 months if the government does not have a plan agreed in Parliament by the end of February.
So we've got May, who's fucking up Brexit, and then we've got the Labour Party who wants it pushed back 9 months. Jesus Christ, what a mess.
16 point Helvetica. Labour said it was supporting the amendment because the bill it would create could give MPs a temporary window to agree a deal that can bring the country together. You are currently on a text element. However, Mr. Corbyn told the Commons they wanted a shorter window of 3 months to allow time for a deal to be finalized. You are currently on a...
Why? Okay. It's tyranny. The Libs didn't get what they want. So revote until they do. Yeah. Clear message. She may not.
The Labour Party will back the amendment tonight because to crash out without a deal would be deeply damaging for industry and economy, he said.
No, it would not.
He added, "It's quite clear to me that the first duty we have is to block a disastrous no deal, and I hope amendments to that effect will indeed be carried by the House later."
No deal would not be disastrous. Well, it would, but not for you guys. I just now received a notice the coffee stream started. Thank you, YouTube.
2 minutes ago.
Thank you very much, YouTube. I've only been streaming for 45 minutes. How very helpful of you.
If amendments intended to rule out no deal are defeated, and if this government is serious about keeping the threat of no deal on the table, then it's not even close to being prepared, and the exit date would have to be extended. You are
Why?
Complimentary.
Why would it have to be extended? Is that the end?
Heading level 2. Quick guide. What is a no deal Brexit? You are
Oh, we all know what it. Okay, yeah, no. So Theresa May's government believes that a no-deal Brexit would be damaging, apparently. All right, let's see here. What a fucking retard. All right. Here's our next story. Trump tracker. How his first 2 years have gone. This will be funny. This is from Reuters.
The first 2 years of the Trump White House have been eventful, to say the least, but let's ignore the drama and instead focus on the numbers. We're tracking the president's progress on his agenda and how it is received by the American public and the wider world. And there are interesting and surprising comparisons with some of his predecessors. Short presentational gray line image. Heading level 2. How are his approval ratings?
How are his approval ratings?
Donald Trump began his term as one of the most unpopular presidents in the modern era, and he remains so. His approval rating is just 37%, according to Link, Gallup. Presidents Barack Obama 50%, George W. Bush 58%, and Bill Clinton 54%. We're all higher at this point.
Okay, but the media is not helping. MAGA hats equals Nazis. My Trump grade, C. Hashtag Orange Man bad. A no-deal Brexit would be bad for her and everyone else that benefits from the EU. Yeah. Vote until you get the results you like. Yep. Question, Rolling Bear, did the notification come before or after you opened YouTube? Okay. Don't forget, most of these polls are done in lefty places, said Richo. Yeah, they are.
Chart showing Trump's approval rating against other presidents. In it, the only president in recent decades to have anything like Mr. Trump's low rating at this stage was, perhaps surprisingly, Ronald Reagan, who was also languishing at 37% in 1983. His numbers slowly improved after that, and he went on to win a second term as president.
And guess what's going to happen with Trump? Just saying. Trump is Trump is the Reagan of the 2000s of this millennium. I don't know why people are so shocked.
One upside for Mr. Trump is that he still has the backing of Republican voters. 88% of them approve of his presidency. If that number stays high, it's unlikely he'll face the serious challenge to be the Republican candidate in 2020.
Okay. Again, he's a president now. It's President Trump, not Mr. Trump. Why do they keep doing this? It's a very weird wording. They didn't even do that to Bush at the worst of his approval. When he was a lame duck president, and when he was really fucking up in his second term, and the media was definitely going after him, they never once called him Mr. Bush. But they called Trump Mr. Trump all the time. So that tells you that they had more respect for George W. Bush than they do for Donald Trump. Because they did it with Obama. They're trying to undermine President Trump. They are. This is. There is nothing biased about what's happening with the Western media. No. Yeah. Seriously, this is. They don't believe he's actually a president. They want a criminal in the White House, not someone that's actually going to do stuff for our country. That's very true, Chadwick. Calling him president would legitimize him, says RVA. Yep. Those presidents that all have good ratings weren't looking out for the people. They were all looking out for their bottom dollar. Yep. Zombie Teddy says, if the left would stop bullying Trump and anyone supporting him, there'd be a lot more to get done. Yep. It's very true.
Chart showing how stable. Short presentational grid heading level 2. How has he run the White House? President Trump's administration has repeatedly.
Pardon? Pincolo's yelling from the other room and I can't hear him because I've got my freaking headphones.
Heading level 2. President Trump's administration has repeatedly been branded as chaotic and dysfunctional by his critics. There is a long list of senior officials who have either quit, been fired, or forced out of the White House. But has the turnover been worse than previous administrations?
If these idiots would stop listening to Bette Midler, Alyssa Milano, and all these fucking retards on Twitter, then a lot shit would get done a lot faster and a lot better.
Yep.
But the problem is, like this morning, did anybody see that Bette Midler tweet?
No.
Oh, fuck. Jim, apparently Roger Stone has a Nixon tattoo.
Okay.
Oh, so she's triggered by that shit.
He has a Nixon tattoo, therefore he is a criminal?
Therefore he is bad. Therefore bad.
Okay.
Yeah. This is fucking deranged. You want to solve the major fucking political aspect and political problems in the U.S.? Get rid of the blue check marks. There's your influence. If you pay attention to all of the general public and what the general public pays attention to and what they're watching, not us, not the people that are in chat, the people that are right-leaning individuals, not those people, but look at the ones that they do nothing but follow what these famous people fucking say, like your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Does your mother do research or does she follow what Alyssa Milano says? She listens to Alyssa Milano. These fucking retards, that's what they all do. They just want to sit there and go, you're famous, you tell me what to do, I suck your cock. Like that kind of shit. It's just fucking bad. It's terrible. These people need to form their own fucking opinions. And we just need to get actors. We need to get these people off of Twitter. You get the famous people to stop tweeting this shit and stop talking about it. Let Congress continue on their own, and we're good. I just saw a tweet that said there are 400. However many members of Congress, 435 members of Congress, or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But AOC and Pelosi are the only two tweeting. They're the only two that have a massive social media thing.
There's your thing.
Yeah, I gotta go. My day begins.
Oh, Pincolo, you just got called Steve Shives. Yo mama. Who the hell cares who has what tattoos? Yeah, I know, right? Has anyone seen the journalists losing their jobs and 4chan starting the meme learn to code? Yeah. The voice. That's Pincalo, Adam.
Chart showing how President Trump has struggled to
Fuck with your charts.
This one night black square. End of list. Well, yes, it has. You are current.
What?
End of well, yes, it has. Link. Research by the Brookings Institution found that 65% of his senior ranking advisors had left their job within the 2-year mark. That's considerably more than most of his recent predecessors.
Well, because he's not putting up with shit. Hashtag don't like Steve Shives. Don't act like Steve Shives. I have tattoos, but I don't try and make it a big deal. Yeah. Pinky was on fire. He was. Hashtag learn to code is hilarity. It really is. I am barely right-leaning. Don't steal from me. Don't tell me how to live my life. Yeah, exactly, right?
Usually, a president's top team sticks together for the first year and then changes a little in the second. But for Mr. Trump, the departures have been fairly regular since day one.
Because people have either been found to be fucking crooks, they have been leaking information, or they've just decided, I don't agree with your policies, and they've left. Like, what? Like, the Town of Awesome Shorts, and new title for a new playlist for your channel, BP. Hashtag blocked by Shives. Yeah.
Short presentational gray line. Image. Heading level 2. Has he kept his campaign promises?
Yes.
The lack of
He's
stability.
tried.
The lack of stability in the White House has shown when it comes to measuring Mr. Trump's success with policy. He has had trouble delivering in areas where he's needed to navigate the corridors of Congress, despite controlling both chambers until Democrats regained the House at the start of January. You are currently on a text
he may
audit.
have had control over the chambers, but fucking, oh my god. Filibustering? All this crap that's been going on? I've been blocked by him for like 3 years, says Scotsman. Let's see.
On healthcare, for example, he failed on his promise to kill off President Obama's Affordable Care Act, which helped more than 20 million previously uninsured Americans get health cover but suffered from rising premiums.
All right, I'm off to London.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you.
I don't have to go to Toronto. At least let's do a happy dance.
Yay, no Toronto.
Yeah, the one driver's still stuck in Toronto.
Haha. Send in the Gestapo. Pincalo was blocked before it was cool. He was vice president in the Eisenhower White House. Shives blocked me instantly. I'm pretty sure he saw my username and his bot said no. Obama? Yeah, I know, right? I really hope Trump wins again in 2020. Even if just to see the snowflakes. Yeah, he will. The way that the left is carrying on, they've ensured that he will win.
His main legislative success was passing a major tax reform bill, which saw corporation tax was reduced from 35% to 21%. However, individual cuts for families failed to help Republicans in the midterm elections. His other big success was getting 2 new Supreme Court judges confirmed, including Brett Kavanaugh, who faced allegations of sexual assault during his confirmation process.
Yes, we all know that happened.
List 1 item. Black end of list. Chart showing how elsewhere the president has used executive orders to meet symbolic policy goals like moving of the U.S. Embassy in Israel to Jerusalem and the withdrawal of the U.S. from the Paris Climate Agreement. He has also moved to draw down troop levels overseas, including in Afghanistan and Syria. But overall, independent fact-checking website PolitiFact.
Yes, PolitiFact. PolitiFact is such an independent and unbiased fact-checking website. Fuck off. More coffee needed. I won't stop until I can taste the color air.
That President Trump has delivered on relatively few of his campaign promises, while almost half have been blocked or dropped.
Blocked or dropped. Mostly blocked. Man, this article is lying through its teeth. And honestly, he still hasn't met the amount of executive orders that Obama has. The meme magic will flow greatly if Trump is reelected. Yep.
List 1 item. Black link. End of list. Short presentation. Heading level 2. Has he delivered on immigration reforms? Building a border wall paid for by Mexico was President Trump's signature issue during the election campaign, but it still appears unlikely to happen.
Well, of course, it's not. Mexico's not going to pay for the wall. But I think that Trump is actually trying to push for the wall. We all know he's trying to push for the wall.
Congress has approved $1.7 billion in funding for 124 miles of new and replacement barriers since Mr. Trump entered the White House, but estimates for building the president's desired wall range from $12 billion to $70 billion. In December, after criticism over the lack of progress on the wall from some conservative commentators, President Trump triggered an unprecedented 35-day partial shutdown of the U.S. government.
Partial shutdown, not an entire shutdown. What are your thoughts on Q, not the Star Trek one? QAnon is very, I think it tends to bolster the conspiracy theorists a lot. The same friend that we were talking about earlier, he's constantly reading the Q board, and it seems to me that QAnon tends to do more shit stirring than proving anything. And whose fault is it that the wall hasn't been built? Not Trump's. No, exactly. I'm drinking pirate coffee this morning. Yo ho ho, a cup of coffee and a bit of rum. Nice. My boss says QAnon is real. Oh dear.
Chart showing how Trump's 35 list 1 item. Black end of list. He had hoped to pressure Democrats into making a deal, but he was eventually forced into reopening the government without an agreement.
No, he was not forced. I'm telling you right now, he was not forced, and I'm telling you right now, he's going to shut the government back down in 3 weeks because Pelosi is not going to cave.
The U.S. economy lost $11 billion during the 5-week period, but about $8 billion would be recouped as employees receive back pay. Link. According to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, throughout the shutdown, Mr. Trump argued that the wall was needed to stem a growing humanitarian and security crisis at our southern border, involving thousands of illegal immigrants.
He's not wrong.
However, figures show that illegal border crossings have seen an overall decline since 2000. You are currently on a
Where? What figures? What figures have shown that? We have ways of making you pronounce the letter O. Oh, hello. To be fair, Mexico will pay for the wall if we put sanctions on them. Yeah, but I don't, even Trump won't do that with the USMCA deal, I don't think. I think that there's better ways of doing it. Let's see. Not just that, North America. That includes the USA and Canada. We need to stop giving money to other countries. Well, we need to take care of our own shit first. Then if we have some stuff left over and if our citizens are fine, we can talk about helping. But
bar chart showing list one item.
Fucking charts.
Flat lit, end of lit.
I hate charts.
End of President Trump continues to press Congress to change U.S. immigration laws, including ending the visa lottery system and chain migration that gives priority to relatives of existing legal U.S. residents. You are currently on The Supreme Court also handed him a victory in June last year, when it upheld his ban on people from several Muslim-majority countries entering the U.S. on grounds of national...
It was not his ban, you liar. That was put in place by Obama. Obama put those countries on a list way before Trump was even thinking of running for president. So fuck off. Smith, GM, and VW will be screwed. Yeah.
Short presentational grid. Heading level 2. How has the economy fared under Trump? You are
Man, this article is fucking... Let's move on to a different article, because this is getting... This is... Ugh. Let's see. This is just fucking stuff pulling, like, just saying... Basically just saying things. Okay. Okay, so do you guys remember the woman from Pakistan, the Christian? Letterkenny is not a real town, no. It's just a show. Let's see. Oh, I hate sneezing. Okay. So, if you guys remember Aisha Baby, what the hell did you do there, silly thing? Oh, there we go. I fixed it. Oh, it's pronounced Asia. It's spelled Asia. Okay. All right. Here we go. Looks like her blasphemy acquittal is being upheld.
Pakistan's top court has rejected a challenge to the acquittal of a Christian woman on blasphemy charges. The Supreme Court upheld its decision to overturn Aisha Bibi's conviction and death sentence.
Good. I'm glad that they're not gonna kill her. They have no business. Letterkenny is a town in Pennsylvania. Oh, okay.
She was originally convicted in 2010 after being accused of insulting the Prophet Muhammad in a row with her neighbors, and spent 8 years on death row.
A row with her neighbors voiceover. It is pronounced, when it's in that context, it is pronounced row. All right? Just so you know.
She has always maintained her innocence in a case that has polarized Pakistan. List 2 items. Black link. End of the Supreme Court's quashing of her sentence last October led to violent protests by religious hardliners who support strong blasphemy laws, while more liberal sections of society urged her release. Hardliners had petitioned to overturn this ruling. You are currently based on merit. This petition is dismissed, Chief Justice Asifia Khoza said in court on Tuesday.
Good.
Asia Bibi, also known as Asia Noreen, was unable to leave Pakistan while an appeal request was pending.
So she was stuck in Pakistan while they appealed this. Wow. Oh, it is a place in Saskatchewan. Shows you what I know.
She should now be free to reunite with her family and seek safety in a country of her choice, Amnesty International said in a statement.
Good.
Presentational gray line. In heading by MILI's heading level 2. What next? By MILI's Khan. Asia Bibi is being kept by authorities at a secret location in Islamabad. The ruling clears the way for her to leave Pakistan, though it is not clear when that will happen and where she will go. She has been offered asylum by a number of countries, and some unconfirmed reports say several members of her family may already be abroad. Meanwhile, the court ruling will test the resolve of the far-right Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan group, which has conducted a violent anti-blasphemy campaign in the past, though many of its leaders have been under arrest since October when the court first acquitted Asia Bibi.
So it looks like Pakistan is trying to pull its head out of its ass. That's good.
In a concerted move to forestall public unrest, Pakistani electronic media is underplaying the story. Many observers believe the ruling will revive the practice of applying standard legal tests of criminal procedure while adjudicating blasphemy cases, as they had increasingly become hostage to vigilante justice by extremists. Presentational gray line. Heading level 2. What was she accused of? The trial stems from an argument Asia Bibi had with a group of women in June 2009. They were harvesting fruit when a row broke out about a bucket of water.
A row, you fucking voiceover.
The women said that because she had used a cup, they could no longer touch it, as her faith had made it unclean.
Oh, seriously? Okay, so this is my problem. Your faith. This is my problem. And this is going to probably sound really fucking racist, okay? But this is not what it's meaning. If you're part of a religion that says you can't use the same water as somebody else who believes something different than you, that's kind of fucked up. I'm sorry. It's water, okay? You know what would make more sense? You've used a cup for this communal bucket of water. And what if you're sick or something? But to them, being Christian means that you are sick. Being Jewish means that you are sick, means that you're less than. And if you don't believe me, read the fucking Quran. Racist away. But seriously, that's...
Prosecutors allege that in the row which followed, the women said Asia Bibi should convert to Islam and that she made offensive comments about the Prophet Muhammad in response.
Well, I'm sorry, but if somebody tells me you can't use this water because you're a dirty Christian, and if you don't want to be a dirty Christian anymore, you should convert to Islam, I'm probably going to fire back with something like, I'm sorry, I don't want to be part of a religion whose prophet married a 6-year-old and then when she was 9, consummated the marriage. Sorry. Yes, PA is Pennsylvania. But seriously, like, I'm like,
She was later beaten up at her home, during which her accusers say she confessed to blasphemy. She was arrested after a police investigation.
Of course she confessed to blasphemy. She was beaten. What the fuck do you expect? Islam isn't a race, it's a scotch on humanity. So anti-blasphemy really only pertains to Islam, not Christianity or Judaism. Got it. Yep. Pretty much.
Acquitting her, the Supreme Court said that the case was based on unreliable evidence and her confession was delivered in front of a crowd threatening to kill her.
Yes. She confessed under duress and trauma.
Heading level 2. Why was her case so divisive? Image caption: there is hardline protesters hold banners demanding death for blasphemers in Karachi, Pakistan, October 12, 2018. Image copy EPA. Image caption: there is widespread support for severe punishments for blasphemy in Pakistan.
Oh, Jesus.
End of image caption. Islam is Pakistan's national religion and underpins its legal system. Public support for the strict blasphemy laws is strong. Hardline politicians have often backed severe punishments, partly as a way of shoring up their support base. But critics say the laws have often been used to exact revenge after personal disputes, and that convictions are based on thin evidence.
Uh-huh. Everyone knows that. Islam is lame. Islam is literally the religion of war, or ideology of war and atrocities. Yeah.
The vast majority of those convicted are Muslims or members of the Ahmadi community who identify themselves as Muslims but are regarded as heretical by Orthodox Islam.
Okay, so people who identify as Islam or identify as Muslims, but who are thought of as not Muslim enough because they're not Orthodox? Alrighty then.
Since the 1990s, scores of Christians have also been convicted. They make up just 1.6% of the population. The Christian community has been targeted by numerous attacks in recent years, leaving many feeling vulnerable to a climate of intolerance. You are currently...
Yeah?
Since 1990, at least 65 people have reportedly been killed in Pakistan over claims of blasphemy.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, there are way more that have been unreported. They really are like 800 years behind. The hardline Muslims, aren't they? Yep. Yep. They sure are.
Aisha Bibi, who was born in 1971 and has 4 children, was the first woman to be sentenced to death under the blasphemy laws. You are...
Oh, what a wonderful distinction.
Heading level 2. Related topics.
So that's the end of that article. So what a wonderful distinction for poor Asia. You get to be the first woman who gets to be sentenced to death under the blasphemy laws. It's a good thing she got acquitted. What a craziness. So let's see. Here's one about China. Let's see. So the company, Huawei, denies wrongdoing after U.S. criminal charges. All right. Huawei is how it's pronounced.
Getty Images. Image caption. Huawei is the world's second biggest smartphone maker by volume. End of image caption. Huawei is the world...
Oh, are they the smartphone maker that was making Apple phones? Yay, a communist story. Did you know that Muslims are also flat earthers? Doesn't surprise me. Pakistan is a fake country. They forgot to add in this century because this is the first woman to be killed for blasphemy laws. I guarantee you there are a lot more. Yep. I wonder if YouTube is going to block the Muslim flat earthers, seeing that it's part of their religion. They steal other companies' tech. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Goatman.
Chinese telecoms giant Huawei has denied any wrongdoing after U.S. prosecutors filed a host of criminal charges against the firm. Huawei has also rejected criminal claims against its chief financial officer Meng Wanzhou, who was arrested in Canada last month.
Oh, that's the dude that was arrested in Canada. I didn't know he was in connection with this company. Yes, because yes, they were the ones doing that, but they are also the ones that are like being persecuted against because it's China. And you know, spies and stuff.
Link. The charges filed against Huawei in the U.S. include bank fraud, obstruction of justice, and theft of technology. Currently, the case could escalate tensions between China and the U.S. In a statement, Huawei said it was disappointed to learn of the charges brought against the company today.
It was disappointed of the really. It was disappointed to. That just shows you how arrogant they are. They're like, oh no, we fine. They can't touch us. We just disappointed.
Huawei in numbers. Image. It said it did not commit any of the asserted violations and that it is not aware of any wrongdoing by Ms. Meng. You are currently off. The statement said the allegations of stealing trade secrets were the subject of a settled civil suit, in which a jury found neither damages nor willful and malicious conduct.
Uh-huh. You do realize that even though a civil suit has been concluded, that doesn't mean you can't file criminal charges, right? Just so you know. The CFO was a woman. The first crusades were about stopping Islam. Yep.
Heading level 2. What are the charges? Link. Announced on Monday. Link. The indictment. Announced on Monday. Alleges Huawei misled the U.S. and a global bank about its relationship with two subsidiaries, Huawei Device USA and Skycom Tech, to conduct business with Iran. Image caption. The U.S. announced charges against acting U.S. Attorney General Matthew Whitaker, Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross, Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen, and FBI Director Christopher Wray. Image copy. Reuters. Image caption. The U.S. announced charges against Huawei, several of its subsidiaries, and its chief financial officer Meng Wanzhou. End of image cap. U.S. President Donald Trump's administration has reinstated all sanctions on Iran removed under a 2015 nuclear deal and recently imposed. Link. Even stricter measures, hitting oil exports, shipping, and banks.
So Iran is involved in this too. Interesting. The U.S. Marines were founded to fight the Islamic scourge.
Link. A second indictment alleges Huawei stole technology from phone company T-Mobile used to test smartphone durability, as well as obstructing justice and committing wire fraud.
Those are pretty serious charges. Like, I don't understand why why the Chinese are just like, oh, that's disappointing.
Huawei said it settled the dispute with T-Mobile in a civil case filed in 2014.
Okay, like I said, just because you settled a civil case doesn't mean you can't also be charged criminally.
Currently, the firm's technology, known as Taffy, mimicked human fingers to test phones. You list 4 items. Black Splink, Meng Wanzhou, end of list. In all, the U.S. has laid 23 charges against the company. You are currently on these charges lay bare Huawei's alleged blatant disregard for the laws of our country and standard global business practices, said FBI Director Christopher Wray. Mr. Wray said companies like Huawei pose a dual threat to both our economic and national security.
Not wrong.
Media caption. Will U.S. page 06 CDs. Will U.S. charges sink China's Huawei? Frame. Will U.S. charge end of media at a briefing in Beijing. Government spokesperson Jen Shuang said there were political motivations behind U.S. attempts to smear and suppress certain Chinese companies. You are
No, maybe if the Chinese companies weren't so underhanded and lied all the time, this wouldn't happen. Just saying. Their head office is at UW. Coincidence? I think not. Oh, hello, the mole. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli.
We urge them to treat Chinese enterprises in a fair and just way.
Well, then Chinese enterprises should act in a fair and just way, and then they will be treated as such. I love how individuals and companies are like, why aren't people treating us nicely? Oh, well, we just want to like fuck you around and shit. Why don't you just let us fuck you around?
Heading level 2. What's the context? Huawei is one of the largest telecommunications equipment and services providers in the world, recently passing Apple to become the second biggest smartphone maker by volume after Samsung. You are currently up at the US and link. Other Western nations have been concerned that the Chinese government could use Huawei's technology to expand its spying ability, although the firm insists there is no government control. The arrest of Ms. Meng, the daughter of Huawei's founder, infuriated China. Your image caption Meng wants Huawei image copyright, Reuters. Image caption. Meng Wanzhou is the daughter of the company's founder. You are currently up and up. Image caption that she was arrested on December 1st in Canada's western city of Vancouver at the request of the US. She was later granted a 10 million Canadian dollars, 5 British pounds, 0.7 meters, $7.6 m, bail by a local court, but she is under surveillance 24 hours a day and must wear an electronic ankle tag. Your presentational gray line, image, heading level 2, Chinese national champion faces US justice. Analysis by Kirishma Baswin. Huawei is what the Chinese call a national champion, a private firm, tasked with China's ambitions to go into the world and lead the way. You are currently on a text
How does that work? And that, what? I'm very confused by that. I'm very confused by that statement. A national champion that is tasked, it's a private firm tasked with going out and spreading China's, but okay. Wow. It's China. The government's always in control. Yeah, exactly.
But now the full force of the U.S. justice system is being hurled at the firm. You are
The full force of the U.S. justice system is being hurled at the firm, is it?
The allegations by the U.S. Department of Justice are the most serious Huawei has ever seen, and go to the heart of the trade war between China and the U.S. Huawei has consistently denied the allegations, and the firm's boss says it is being used as a pawn in power games between the U.S. and China. While the U.S. says the charges against Huawei aren't about trade war, it is unlikely the Chinese will see it the same way. Your presentational gray line, image. The charges come as the U.S. and China prepare to hold high-level trade talks in Washington this week. You are currently, U.S. Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross stated that the Huawei charges were wholly separate from ongoing trade negotiations with China. List 3 items. Black link, end of link. However, the indictment focuses on the alleged theft of U.S. technology, which has been a link, major sticking point in trade negotiations. Period. President Trump's administration has imposed tariffs on $250 billion, 190 billion British pounds, worth of Chinese goods, prompting Beijing to respond with its own tariffs. You are currently on a text element.
Meter and industry, huh? It's China. Pincalo says I should check my DMs. Check your DMs. I've sent you an updated one about Trudeau and this. Okay. Let's go back to, let's see what Pincalo sent me. Trudeau under fire for messing up relations with China. This is actually written by that same guy that wrote about the handguns. So, okay, let's do this. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, here's the story.
It surely wasn't the day that Justin Trudeau wanted. As MPs moved into their newly built temporary home in West Block, Trudeau was on the hot seat over his bungling of relations with China, the increasing cost of living for Canadians, and issues surrounding the border. Why did the Prime Minister show such weakness and wait so long to fire his ambassador? Conservative leader Andrew Scheer asked in question period. You are currently on a
That's a very good question.
Trudeau never answered the question and instead spoke of the hard work of the women and men that built the new House of Commons.
Yeah, you got to throw in the hard work of the women and men that built the new House of Commons. It's Canada, you only have the one reporter. Right? Pirate coffee makes me want to nap. I will see y'all in the next hour. So, all right, have a good nap. Is Trudeau moving back to his homeland of Cuba when he gets kicked out of office? So, blind press, you do know that the ambassador to China stepped down 2 days ago because of all of this shit.
Play.
He actually walked away. Trudeau is fucked. Let's see.
Pause.
Quiet, you. Canada isn't a country, it's just below Australia. Hey now.
Scheer was of course asking about the resignation of Canada's ambassador to China over the weekend. John McCallum, a longtime Liberal cabinet minister and Trudeau's hand-picked representative in China, submitted his resignation after Trudeau demanded it. You are FSK _.
Trudeau demanded the resignation, Pincalo. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
John McCallum, Canada's former ambassador to China, is pictured in Ottawa on January 18, 2019. The Canadian Press, figure 13 by John McCallum, Canada's former ambassador. End of John translation. He was fired. Why? McCallum held a news conference with Chinese language media in Markham, north of Toronto, last Wednesday where he laid out what he thought was the best defense for Huawei executive Meng Wanzhou. Meng was picked up in Canada on an extradition request from the Americans in December. You are currently at the comments were roundly criticized, but McCallum survived, until he spoke again and doubled down on such comments. Of course, the problem with everything to do with China right now is that Canadian lives are literally on the line. You are.
Okay, yeah.
2 Canadians, Michael Covered and Michael Staver, were detained by China in retaliation for the detention of Meng, and a third Canadian, Robert Schellenberg, had his sentence for drug smuggling increased from 15 years to the death penalty. You are currently on a text element inside of web content. To exit this web area, press Control, Option, Shift, up arrow. YouTube video. China has been acting as a bully in Canada under Trudeau, has allowed Beijing to kick sand in Ottawa's face.
Not wrong.
It's been embarrassing. It's been, as even the Globe and Mail said, amateur hour. The debacle with China will only bring up memories of Trudeau's disastrous trip to India, which is coming up on its 1-year anniversary. You are
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
When Trudeau promised that he would put Canada back on the world stage, I don't think most voters expected it to be as a point of ridicule.
No, I don't think so either.
As MPs debated in the House of Commons, Canadian engineering giant SNC-Lavalin announced a $1.24 billion write-down on energy projects directly tied to the diplomatic spat with Saudi Arabia. You are currently a YouTube video player. The stock plummeted to a low not seen in decades. Foreign affairs wasn't Trudeau's only stumbling point on Monday. He was also questioned on the fact that Canadians are finding life more expensive under the Liberals. You are
very much so. Trump voice, you're fired. Yep. But yeah, it's been really, really expensive to live. Like rent has gone up, food has gone up, gas prices are going up, and all of the all of the resources are being taken up by all the people that are being brought in, quote unquote refugees, who are actually economic migrants. They're coming and they're taking up all the subsidized housing, they're taking up all of the subsidized childcare, they're taking up like the food banks are being ransacked, and like every time, like anytime Pinkalo and I needed to use the food banks when we were going through our problems, we would get there and we would see like huge families of immigrants leaving with like 10 boxes full of fresh food. And then we would come in and we would get like 2 days worth of food, and it would be like, moldy bread, um, expired milk, like moldy fruit. Just it's ridiculous.
The Conservatives pointed time and again to the increased taxes Canadians are paying under the Liberals, while the Liberals pointed to a richer Canada child tax benefit.
Yeah, a richer child Canada tax benefit, but all of that goes into paying the freaking bills. Like, do you think that I'm able to use most of my child tax credit to get my kids shit? No. It makes sure that my hydro is paid and my gas is paid and my water bill is paid. And like, yeah, I get food and like I could buy groceries and shit, but like we're still shopping for like children's clothes. Like obviously it's smarter to get children's clothes at thrift stores and stuff because children grow so fast. But like, it's yay, we have more money coming in every month for the child tax credit, but we also have to pay more money for our bills and our food. It's crazy.
While Ontario Premier Doug Ford got economists excited last week by warning about a carbon tax recession and the pending doom caused by the price of everything rising, that is far from Trudeau's only tax hike. On January 1st, Canada Pension Plan premiums rose, and changes to the employment insurance system mean higher payments for most workers and employers.
Yep.
While the Liberals love to point out that they reduced the middle tax bracket from 22% to 20.5%, they also cancelled income splitting for families and a number of tax credits for items ranging from textbooks to fitness, arts classes for kids, and public transit passes.
They sure did. And those were all put in by Conservatives. Yep, and if Canada stopped paying all those third world trash, they'd leave the day after. Yeah, they would. I know what you're talking about, Blind Press. My family's in the same boat. Our tax returns are gone before you even get them, and now they're getting eaten up because of my wife's student loans. Yep.
This is the final parliamentary session before the October general election, and it won't be an easy one for Trudeau.
No, it will not. Because the Conservatives are not happy with him, and neither are the NDP. When you've got the Socialists pissed off at you, and you're Trudeau, you fucked up somehow.
Related links.
So that's the end of that article. We are at We're at 11:39, so we've got 10 more minutes. We'll do one more story, and then we'll do chat time. Blind Press, they want to give the refugees $100 a day worth in child care. Wow. Let's see, a head of iceberg lettuce went from $1.99 up to $3.99. There's an idea of the price increase on just lettuce. Yeah. My favorite is still the family that came here as quote-unquote refugees. Found it was too cold where they got placed. They got moved to the West Coast and said it was still too cold and went back to Syria. He's not lying. That happened. The NDP are even worse from what I've heard. You're not wrong. They are. All right, let's do one more story. And then we do chat time. What do you think, guys? Is 2 hours working out for you guys better? Do you like the 2-hour format? Read that. Here's the last story we're gonna do. We're gonna laugh at Apple. Iceberg lettuce kills more people every year than coconuts. So what you're saying is it's preferable to live in Syria than Canada, says Setsu. According to those people, yeah. So, Apple rushes to fix FaceTime eavesdropping bug. I like the 2 hours, but it's not really up to us, Blind Press. Well, it is up. It's 2 hours is good. Shall we try for 3? I can't do 3. Let's see. Where's the story here? All right, here we go. Here's our final story for the day.
Apple has acknowledged a flaw in its FaceTime software that allowed for brief eavesdropping, even if the recipient did not pick up.
That's amazing. Oh, Apple, well done. Yes, it gives me something to do all the way up to lunchtime. Well, that's good. Bug at Apple? Yeah. 24-hour stream where we riot. I honestly, if I didn't have the kids, like if there was a weekend or something where I didn't have the kids, I would do a 24-hour stream because it's fun. Like I probably wouldn't do news but a 24-hour stream would be fucking hard. Bugger it. Let's just go for 24/7 nonstop streaming. Oh.
In some cases, the target iPhone could send video without the receiver's knowledge.
Oh, awesome! Awesome! The target iPhone would actually send video without the receiver's knowledge. Oh, fuck. Could you imagine? Someone's trying to group FaceTime you and you're like fucking your spouse and the camera gets a glimpse of that? Oh, God.
The company said it had developed a fix and an update would be rolled out this week.
Well, that's good.
In the meantime, your current link. Apple's status page shows it has disabled the ability for users to make group calls on FaceTime.
Well, that's a good thing, I think. To do a 24-hour stream, you need at least 6 streams to switch off. Yeah, I know, right? "24/7 not possible. Need time for hockey." Wow, Apple's spying on people. Who would have thought Apple would do that? Yeah, I know, right?
The flaw link first revealed by the 9 to 5 Mac blog appears to occur when both users are running version 12.1 of Apple's mobile operating system iOS or newer. It also affects Mac users when they are called from an iPhone.
Interesting.
The technique involves using the software's group chat function, apparently confusing the software into activating the target's microphone, even if the call has not been accepted.
Weird. I played games the whole time. That's just terrifying.
The eavesdropping ends when the call is cut after too many rings. You're heading level 2, National Privacy Day. In addition to audio, 9 to 5 Mac reported that pressing buttons to block the call or turn off the device would result in video being sent to the call maker, without the recipient's knowledge.
Oh my god, what? So if you try and end the call, your camera's gonna activate? Okay.
In a statement, Apple told journalists, "We're aware of this issue and we have identified a fix that will be released in a software update later this week."
So what are you gonna break in that update? When you're gonna, this is what happens with Apple lately. They release an update to fix something and they end up breaking something else.
On social media, concerned users. Link, including Twitter chief executive Jack Dorsey. Suggested disabling the FaceTime function altogether, which can be done via the device's settings menu. Discovery of the flaw coincided with National Privacy Day in the US, a day heralded by Apple boss Tim Cook.
That's funny. Happy National Privacy Day. We're spying on you. Wow, I just found out they shut the 401 East from Guelph to Toronto. Glad I'm not going that way. Oh, fuck. The best long streams is where the host falls asleep and and everyone waits around seeing how long it takes for them to wake up. Or if you're drunkle, you start streaming in your sleep. And then you still make money.
On this number Data Privacy Day, let us all insist on action and reform for vital privacy protections. He, Link, wrote on Twitter, period.
Yeah, Jack, you have no oh, is that Tim Cook, not Jack? Okay.
The dangers are real and the consequences are too important. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo advised his state's residents to disable their FaceTime app until a fix is made available.
Shut up, Cuomo. Just shut up. You shouldn't talk at all with what you just did.
He said, the FaceTime bug is an egregious breach of privacy that puts New Yorkers at risk. In New York, we take consumer rights very seriously and I am deeply concerned by this irresponsible bug that can be exploited for unscrupulous purposes.
You take consumer rights very seriously, but not children's rights, huh? Satsu, where? I fell asleep chatting with a girl on Skype one night. I woke up and she was still talking. Oh God. No lies. Drunkle's drunk stream was his most successful one. Yeah.
Apple also recently made a big play of its privacy credentials at the recent CES Tech Expo in Las Vegas. The company did not attend but placed a billboard near the event, reading, "What happens on your iPhone, stays on your iPhone." The timing of the revelations about the bug is awkward for Apple, which is due to announce its latest earnings report on Tuesday. Analysts may question Mr. Cook about the flaw. For those wishing to take the added precaution of switching off FaceTime themselves, they need to list 3 items. Black square, scroll to black square, go to settings. 1 black square, scroll down to the FaceTime icon. 2 black square, switch button from green to gray. 3 end of list. ____. Follow Dave Lee on Twitter.
Okay, so that's the end of that story. So Apple fucked up. That's amusing. Well, nobody's ever tried to group FaceTime me, so I'm fine. Drunkle is drunk on all of his drunk streams, yeah. I used to do that to my girlfriend back when we had house phones. Sleep all night, wake up, and she'd still be talking. Satsu fell asleep on stream. Oh, God. Well, guys, we're at 10 to 12. So it's now your time. If you've got any questions or comments or observations, now be your time. Yes, women can talk, but never say much. Yeah, you're not wrong. Holy moly. I'm going to need to grab something to eat when I'm done here. Have I been to Stratford? Yes, I have. That's why drunkle is drunkle, says Seamus. Yep. I still want to know how he managed to start a stream, be completely asleep and drunk, and still make money. Behind every good man is a woman rolling her eyes. Yeah, Data, you're not wrong. I know I'm not wrong. Was married 28 years. Oh. Okay. He was lucky he didn't. Have I been during the Shakespeare Fest? I actually got to go when I was in high school. We got to go to for an English class. We were studying Shakespeare, and I got to go watch Taming of the Shrew during the Shakespeare Festival. Because it goes from I think April to September or October, something like that. So we did a school trip down to watch Taming of the Shrew. Before we got to watch the play, they did like a Shakespearean workshop where they showed us like how they do, how they rehearse all this stuff, and it was awesome. We got to listen to basically they did a half an hour thing of Shakespearean insults. It was amazing. They were some of the funniest because nobody insults people like Shakespeare. Fucking nobody. I have a question, but don't want to offend. It's about how you play video games. Don't worry, Zombie Teddy. Ask away. What month are your elections this year? October 21st, I believe, is our election day. Let's see. I went in April. Oh, cool. Why is the wedding band like a hand grenade pulled to bring it, and your life blows up? That's amazing. We got to see 4 shows. Oh, that's really cool. Which shows did you get to see? Give us some insults. Oh, fuck. Let's see if I can remember some of them. You know, honey, I bet you if you told these people that when you play PlayStation, you're playing PlayStation and I'm watching cartoons on the same TV. It's true. What I do is I plug my headphones into the controller and I just have the sound, and Pincalo is just like watching like Golf City or the Blunt Stream or like all this stuff on the TV, and I'm playing just with the sound. Okay, so give us some insults. Of course, now my brain is blanking on insults. You know what I should do? I should find a list of Shakespearean insults and end the stream with one every day, because there's plenty. Fuck it, I'm looking up some right now. Just for some fun at the end of the stream. Shakespearean insults. Let's see here. Let's see. Here's some. I have done thy mother. That's one of them. Elvish mark. Abortive rooting hog. Away, you starveling, you elfskin, you dried neat's tongue, bull's pissel, you stockfish. My brain isn't braining. No, it's not. Thou art a boil, a plague sore. Ooh, that's mean. Would thou were clean enough to spit upon. Oof. Would thou wouldst burst. More items. Let's see. Come on. Let's get some more here. 15 great William Shakespeare insults. Come on. No, that one's, it's gifts that they're doing here. That sucks. Come on. I just want some funny insults. Old and inconstant man is a good one. Let's see. I have done thy mother. Good to see. That's been around forever. Yep. It's true. Sorry about that, guys. Come on. I just want the fucking list of insults. Yeah, you know what I'll do, guys? I will look up some insults and I will, let's see. Ooh, Ooh, here's one. A most notable coward, an infinite and endless liar, an hourly promise breaker, the owner of no good quality. Woof. Wow. That's from All's Well That Ends Well. That's the one I already That's the one I already said about this, the elf skin and all that. That's from Henry IV. Away, you 3-inch fool. Oh, fuck. That's from The Taming of the Shrew. Come, come, you forward and unable worms. The Taming of the Shrew. Go prick thy face. Let's go prick thy face, and over thy fear thou. So go prick thy face, and over thy fear thou lily-livered boy. Oh, that would be Lady Macbeth talking to Macbeth. His wit's as thick as a Tewkesbury mustard. Ouch. I am pigeon-livered and lack gall. That's from Hamlet. I am sick when I do look on thee. A Midsummer Night's Dream. Oh, I must tell you, friendly in your ear, sell when you can. You are not for all markets. Oh, fuck. Wow. Get ye to a nunnery. Yep. Have I seen Henry V? No. Thank you. But yeah, those are just a few insults. Maybe I'll look up some more for tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's Wednesdays with Skep. Skep will have some good insults, I'm sure. But it is 12 o'clock, guys, and I am hungry. So I am going to end here. Please remember to come back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Like I just said, tomorrow is Wednesdays with Skep. So Skep is coming every Wednesday for the coffee stream now. So thanks. I hope you guys enjoyed it today. I really hope you guys are enjoying the 2-hour format. I am. And thank you, Gunfox, for all of the articles. Thank you guys for dropping those in the Discord. Thank you, Pincalo, for the articles. I hope you guys are having a fun time. Have a great day. If you're in a wintry place like me, stay warm. If you're in a summery place, warm place like Richo, you're a lucky bastard. I hope everyone has a great day and comes back tomorrow. Stay safe out there, guys, and we'll see you later.